Thank you for checking out Night Laz. Here's your host, Laz.
Yup, Late Night Laz. Be back. Man, I'm so fucking mad, bro, because I just recorded a podcast with my Mac mic, and I am upset because my shit froze. Because I thought my regular mic was broken, so I'm super heated. So now I got to do it all over again, and man, it's nothing's gonna beat the intensity of the first time. I'm gonna let you know this right now. Nothing's gonna beat that intensity. But also, I need to acknowledge that yes, I have been gone for the longest time, and I got an explanation, but it's just like, and it's like it kind of ties in with what I wanted to talk about today, and it's like, my consistency stopped. My consistency broke. The dog in me died for a bit. Well, kind of got euthanized. Like, kind of just it died. Like a lot has been going on. I can't even deny it. A lot's been going on. Earlier this year, I lost my mom, and yes, I was recording earlier this year, but it's just like it didn't feel like it was something that I should have been doing. You know what I'm saying? Recently I went through a breakup. Suicide just kind of like brought me down a whole lot more. So like everything in me just died, honestly. And what ruined it was I didn't have the motivation to sit behind the mic anymore. I wanted to sit in bed. I wanted to eat junk food. I wanted to, you know what I'm saying, wallow in self-pity. I wanted to be left alone, but it's just like, I wasn't going to feel like myself until I got back behind the mic. I wasn't going to feel like myself until I got exactly where I needed to be, which was right here. That's where I needed to be. And when I tell you that it absolutely broke my heart when I realized that I wasn't doing what I needed to be doing. And it in a way, it humbles you. Just like you now you know that you're built or meant to do this, right? Like I said before, I was attempting to record one on my Mac mic, the microphone on my MacBook, and it when I tell you that that's how dedicated I am to this shit. Even if my microphone isn't working, it's like I am going to find a way to do it. Some people are built to do certain shit. Some people are built to make big things happen, right? But people are made to do the shit that they do, right? But I can tell you that half the people that are made to do the things that they do probably still aren't doing the thing that they needed to do to get to where they need to be. And I will tell you why. Because hard work, dedication, and consistency absolutely beats out talent every single day of the week. It is not a tag team match. It is not this is like winner takes all. This is winner take all. This is a Royal Rumble. There will be out of 30 talented people, the one person who's doing so much, who's putting in the work, who's staying dedicated, who's staying consistent, who got that dog in him, who's continuing to push, that is who's gonna win it. That is exactly who's gonna win it. I don't care. You can. Whitney Houston, she sung in her church choir. And guess what? If she didn't have it in her to go actually pursue her singing dream, she would have still been singing in that church choir. Justin Bieber still would have been in Canada if he never would have uploaded that YouTube video. Same thing with Usher. He probably would have still been singing in the choir. People who are made to do the things that they need to do don't always get there because they ain't got it in them to get there. That dedication, that consistency, that dog. When that dog in you dies, when that dog in you is no longer there, you give up. You give up on the thing that you want to do the most. You give up on the thing that you care about the most is when that dog dies. I, at my lowest point, gave up. Absolutely. Even I love the fuck out of this. I love this, whether it's podcasting, music, writing, a short film, editing a YouTube video. I love all things entertainment. But when I tell you that motivation in me, that dog in me absolutely positively died when my mom did. It died. My goal in life was to do the things that I needed to do to make me happy, but to also finally make somebody proud of me. And she was the person who I wanted to make the most proud of me. I got chose to be adopted. She chose me. She chose my brother. She chose us. So the person who chose me and saw greatness in me. I wanted to show her that greatness that she saw in me. I see it in myself too. That's what I wanted. But then when she was gone, that dog died as well. But now, as I was sitting on my couch like 2-3 hours ago, when I tell you that something woke up in me. Something woke up in me. Something about sitting behind this desk, talking into this microphone, and really just letting it all flow from me. Letting everything that I feel finally come out. When it finally happens, that dog wakes up. It's like, oh, you want this? You damn right I want this. I want this more and more every single day. I don't go to work for no one goes to work for fun. No one goes to work because they want to do it. They want to keep the lights on. They need to go to work. They need to keep the bills paid. They need to make sure they got a consistent income coming in. But what they want to do is what they want to do. No one woke up one day and thought to themselves, you know what I want to be in my life? A janitor. I want to be a trash man. I'm not knocking janitors or trash man. You got to make your money. You got to find a way to keep the bills paid. But that wasn't always your first choice, was it? Of course it wasn't. It's nobody's first choice to do half the shit that they are choosing to do. But once that dog in a person dies, once they lose all motivation and that consistency dies, they got no choice. They got no choice. I see lifers at my job. Motherfuckers that's been there for 30, 40, 50 years. Their dog died. That dog that they had in them, it ain't there no more. They ain't got it in them. They lost it a while ago. I don't know how. You know what I'm saying? It's not even just entertainment, right? People who had dreams of being a cop. People who had dreams of driving 18-wheelers. People who had dreams of, you know what I'm saying, opening up businesses. You gotta have that shit in you. You gotta have that. You don't just walk in a building and you get that shit. You gotta grind for that shit. You working hard for that shit. It's like, nigga, I'm not gonna let you in a dental school just because you want to walk into dental school. No, you gotta grind. You gotta have that shit. You gotta have your grades up. You gotta be willing to sit through months and years of excessive work and tests and exams, and you really gotta be built to do the shit you want to do. That dog, that consistency, as long as you remain consistent and dedicated, I guarantee that dog is gonna stay fed. That dog stays fed as long as you keep pushing. But the minute And I'm saying this to me too. I'm saying this to me. The minute that shit drops is the minute that dog drops as well. That's the shit that got me, right? Because my dog dropped. My dog dropped. I love this. I love this. Anybody who has stepped into this field, anybody who is doing what we do, they got it in them. That nigga Leonardo DiCaprio. He wanted his Oscar. He wanted it, and guess what? He had that dog in him to get that shit. Barack Obama, he wanted to be president. And you saw it that minute he gave that speech at the DNC. You already knew he had that dog in him. You knew he was going to get it. Joe Biden grinded for decades to become president. But that fool never gave up. No matter how many times he got knocked out the race, he's never gave up. Because he had that dog. Kanye, they told him, oh no, you're not a rapper, you're a producer. He was like, want to bet? Because he had that shit in him. It takes that dog, that grind mentality, and that dedication to keep that shit alive. And it's hard to keep that shit alive, which sucks. Absolutely fucking sucks. And it's not much that can make it. It's not much that can make it live. If it dies, you have those little moments where it's like, oh yeah, I wanted to do this a while back, but life happened. And that sucks. That absolutely fucking sucks. And it's like you can't revive the dog after that. You can't revive it. And there's nothing that can truly be done at that point. Once you let it die, you can grind all the way into your 30s and your 40s, but as long as you got that dog and as long as you got that dedication and that consistency, you're gonna get it, right? But it's a lot of people with talent who don't want to do anything with that talent, and I understand it because they want to live very low-key lives. But if you have dreams of grandeur, and everybody has dreams of grandeur and wealth and in excess, and they want bigger and better things. And anybody who says that they don't want that or didn't want that at some point is absolutely lying to you, because the truth is everybody in their life wants more than what they have. Gluttony is absolutely real. How do I know? Look at the world that we live in. Nobody needs an 84-inch TV, but people are buying it. So anybody who's telling you, oh, I never wanted excess, I'm content with what I have, that's not true, because everybody wants more. Everybody and their mama's mama, everybody and their auntie, everybody wants more than what they have. So it's like when you have that in you, that more, I want more, whether it's negative or positive. But a lot of people who want more want it in a positive way. You want more for yourself, so you grind to get it for yourself. Not a lot of people want you to get that for yourself. So you're going to have people in your ear telling you, oh, no, man, just, what I'm saying? It's an oversaturated market. Like, everybody want to make music. Everybody want to podcast and this and the other. It's like, oh, man, man, you know how hard it is to break out in Hollywood? Yeah, it is. But nobody said this shit come easy. There's a reason why that dog is there. It's because the shit don't come easy. This shit, no one promised easy. We promised that once you get there, you got it. So that's where that dog comes in. You gotta really, really want it. This is with any and everything in life. Like I said that. It's with any and everything in life. If you want it that much, you're going to grind, you're going to be consistent, and you're going to be dedicated. You want that. Right? But you're going to have people in your ear telling you, anybody who has had dreams of grandeur and has given up on those dreams, or they've had their dreams crushed. They're going to try to make sure that, oh, what if it doesn't happen? But what if it does? What if it does? It's always negative. Oh, what if this? What if that? What if it does, though? What if I wake up one day after all the hard work and dedication I've been putting in, and I finally get it? It can be a year, 2 years, 3 years. That nigga Russ grinded for a year and a half, dropping a song a week, gaining traction, making song after song after song. And then when he finally got it, motherfuckers still tried to act surprised like this dude wasn't putting in all that fucking work. You have to be kidding me. Right? If Justin Timberlake didn't write Gone for Michael Jackson, J.C. Chazé probably would have been the breakout star of NSYNC. But because Justin had that shit in him, he wanted it more. People wanted more. And the fact that when people see that you want more and they see that you want more for yourself and their fear is that you can possibly give more than them, they don't want you to have that. They want to keep you content or at the level where they deem it necessary for you to have that. Watch out for these people. Hear me out. Because this all ties in together, right? There are people who try to tell you who had that dog in them died, that when they finally got where they wanted in life and they were content and they see you and you're a little under them, right? And they're so content with their life, they don't want to see you excel. So they're going to try to say, oh no, what if this, what if that, what if that and this happens and yada, yada, you. It's like, but what if it does and I get better? I will get better. But people like to drag you and keep you at the same level. So they're going to try to kill that dog in you. They're going to try to kill that consistency. Or they're going to try to do what they can to get you to kill your own consistency. So it's like, bro, you have to keep that dog. You got to have such a strong mental connection with oneself. You got to know that that dog is right there deep down in your loins. Right? It's there. So it's like people will try to kill that dog in you. And that's okay. You can try to break my spirit if you want to, but that motherfucker ain't dead yet. I'm still pushing. I'm still kicking. I'll be absolutely damned. There is no way. There's absolutely no way. Right? The people I've seen who some of the most talented people I've met, right, have let it die. And that's absolutely sad. And whether they have let people around them kill the dog in them or something in their life allowed that dog to die, whatever the case may be, I've witnessed very talented people lose that motivation, lose that consistency, and in turn, they just drop it all. I've seen people I've seen gifted rappers fuck up and go to prison. These are people that I've known. I'm not going to name names because they're currently incarcerated still. Like, these are people that I've known who have had immense potential to do great things, who had that grind in them, that dedication. But that dog died the minute they fucked up. Right? I've had somebody who I've known since I was about 14 years old. I never liked him. I never really fucked him like that, but he was always around. So in turn, he was an acquaintance. So it's like, me and him were kind of in the same field. We both wanted to be rappers, right? But I remember when I put out Thursday. When I dropped Thursday, and I was told by a friend of mine that he had played it around him, and then he was like, oh man, who is this? Yada, yada, you, this shit cold. And then when he said it was me, he was like, oh, that shit ass. It was like, bro, what the fuck? What? You fucking with it or you not fucking with it? Or you know what I'm saying? Or like I remember one time I was doing a live performance, and then motherfucker dapped me up. He was like, man, I couldn't even tell that was you, bro. You were just like, yes, that was me. That dog is here, motherfucker. That dog ain't never dead. You can hate the fact that that dog is is barking back. You can hate that my dog got more drive than you got. But the point of it all is that the consistency, the dedication, people see it. They absolutely see it. And they're going to try their best to knock it down. They're going to try to burn the house down with the dog in it. They're going to try to break your spirit. But you got to keep that shit alive. You got to keep that shit pushing. You got to keep it. You got to keep your dog so strong that nobody can even put a needle to it. That's kind of that, and this is shit that I need to hear. This is shit that I wish somebody would tell me. This is shit that I look in the mirror and think to myself. I have yet to execute it because, again, I'm just now reviving my dog. My dog been asleep for a minute. My dog been put in a coma. But today I felt that motherfucker wake up. Today I felt that bark. I keep coming up with these elaborate ideas and these podcast ideas and all that shit like that and what to put in my short film. But then I come home after a long day's work. I go to the gym. I come back. I shower. I eat. I lay down. A very basic, bland routine, right? But and my dog was knocked out. That consistency wavered. There's a reason why I haven't uploaded a podcast in a minute. There is a reason why I've been lacking on the music, because that dog was knocked out dead. There was nothing I could do to revive it at that point in time. It was gone. But then I looked at myself. I was like, bro, you are here. You are sitting on your couch. You are watching TV. You know what you can do right now. You can go in there. You can record a song. You can go in there. You can record this podcast. You can go in there. You can write a scene. You can do all that you need to do right now because you want more. That's what you want more. That consistency, that dog breeds desire. Desire, brings in wanting more. Wanting more, I can break it down like this, right? Dedication breeds consistency. Consistency breeds traction. Traction brings in revenue. Revenue brings in a lot more profit. If you want it, that dedication, it starts off with the dog. That consistency gonna take you to different areas of it all. And then when you finally get to the point where it's just like, oh, I can wake up and do this. I can work. I can do this 1 or 2, 3 times out the week. Get paid to do this. And go and live a life that I deem worthy of living. Because again, anybody who tells you that they are content with the life that they are living now, they might mean it. But before, that dog was right there barking. They wanted that shit. So I just lost my train of thought. They wanted that shit. Right? But they in the beginning, they didn't want to work. They didn't want to go punch a clock. Nobody wants to go punch a fucking clock. Nobody wants to go work for somebody else. People want to wake up and do what the fuck they want to do. Anybody who has dreams of doing grander things, anybody who wants to do amazing things in their life, they had it in them to go do it. Right? They didn't want to punch a clock. They wanted to wake up on their own schedule, do what they wanted to do what they love to do. Because nobody goes to work because they love to go to work. And I said this earlier, they don't go there because they want to. They go there because they have to. We go there because we need to. Because we need to pay the bills. But when we wake up and we get a chance to do what we want, that shows where that dog is at. The dog ain't got nothing to do with work. The dog ain't got nothing to do with punching the clock, because that's a necessary. That's a need until you get to where you want to be in life. But that dog, though. I'm going to keep saying that dog. Y'all going to hate me by the end of this. But that dog, though. that shit gonna keep you going. That shit on the days where you sitting down and you like, oh, I got a free minute. Let me go write some. Oh, like let me study for that real estate license. Let me go, you know what I'm saying? Let me go, work on this project I need to work in order to elevate my craft. That dog gonna show in that moment, and that's gonna show whether or not that dog is alive or dead. That consistency gonna get you exactly where you need to be. I needed to be told this. That's the sad part. Because I look at these giants, I look at these people who are just like, they do these things, and they remained dedicated. They moved steadfast. They wanted it more and more every single time. Whether or not you love or hate Steve Jobs, he built an empire. With Apple, I'm recording on a MacBook. I have an iPhone. I own AirPods. You're probably listening to this on a MacBook, on a fucking iPhone, through AirPods. We have this man's legacy in the palm of our hands. Why? Because he had a dog in him. Right? There is a reason why these people have garnered immense success. Everybody because they can't fathom the fact that they're not where they want to be in life, right? So they like to say these outlandish things. Oh, it's the Illuminati. Oh, they sacrificed. Or did you? Or and hear me out. Or they hustled for that shit. And to disrespect anybody who has grinded their whole life and say, oh, they did some nefarious shit to gain their success, makes you look like a fucking asshole. Because you don't have it in you to grind, and you hate the fact that you're still where you want to be in life, that you are looking at somebody's success and thinking, damn, how did they manage to get that themselves? They are not you. They have the dog. You do not have the dog. That's why I look at anybody on TikTok who has gained the success that they've gained. They got millions of followers. They're bringing in $100,000 off of advertisement just to post fucking TikToks or Instagram pictures. You know what I'm saying? They had it in them to get there. And if you don't want to get there, that's fine. Let your dog die. But don't be mad that somebody has let their dog live. People put their lives into this shit. People put their lives into this shit. That's how bad they want it. They will miss birthdays. They will miss, family get-togethers. They will do whatever they need to do to get to where they got to be. Why? Because that consistency in that dog will take you anywhere you want to go. They have to sacrifice themselves to get to where they want to be. Right? I get text messages a lot. Just like, oh, you never have time to talk. You never text back, yada, yada, you. Guess what? I know I don't. It's because I'm trying to do so much with the time that I have. Yes, there are 24 hours in a day. Yes, I work, I go to the gym, but guess what? In that time at work, I am writing what I need to write. At work, I am listening to instrumentals. When I get home, I am listening to instrumentals as well. I'm trying to do what I can to write. I'm trying to come up with ideas for the pod. I'm trying to do whatever I can to keep myself pushing to get further and further and further into the career that I want to get into. That sacrificing my time is only showing me that dog, that consistency is eventually going to pay off. Because it's going to pay off when it gets to the point where, hey, now I got time. Because now my time and my day is mine. I want to take 2 hours out of my day to record this, right? To record this one day and to record this another day. And the rest of the week is mine because I've been paid off ad revenue. I probably got paid from Spotify or Apple, whichever one this is streaming on. And it's like, you get what you desire when it all folds. That's where that dog comes in. It's not supposed to come easy. It's not meant to come easy. If it was, anybody in the world would have this. Everybody and their mama got a podcast. Everybody and their mama making music. Everybody on YouTube. But that consistency, they ain't got it like that. Because even if one video got 2 views, guess what? You gonna get more. Just keep pushing. Keep posting. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that dog die just because, oh man, this song only got 50 plays. Guess what? Promote it. Keep promoting it. Make another song because that next song get 150 plays. Then the next song get 1,000 plays. Then 5,000, 10, 20. Next thing you know, you're gonna wake up one day to a song you just dropped. You got 150,000 streams, and you wonder, what the fuck? When did this happen? That dog happened. You want to know how that dog happened? Because you didn't let whatever was supposed to stop you. You didn't let it stop you. Let that fear, that stress, that anything that's motivating you not to do it, you use that to feed the dog. You feed it, you put it deep down within your soul, and guess what? You're gonna hear a wolf. You're gonna hear a bark. It's gonna sound like a wolf. A wolf is deep within you, and guess what? You're gonna feel that hunger. You're gonna feel that more, and more, and you're gonna wonder. Whatever stopped you in the first place. Hell, even use the gym as a metaphor. If you go to the gym for a month, you're not gonna get results, at least good results, in the first month. Consistency. Everything requires consistency, right? Everything requires consistency. But when it comes to your hopes and your dreams, y'all want it like that. It's not supposed to come like that. Because if it was, it would mean life comes easy. It never comes easy. The reason that everything takes a grind, the reason that everything takes hard work is to show who's actually built for this. Are you built for it? Are you built for the goal that you want? Especially in this. If you want this, you gotta have it in you. Glorilla, Flo Milli, Lotto, fucking Mooski. They knew what they had to do. They hopped on the news platform. She's a runner, she's a track star. They did it. They did all that shit. And they had it in them to do that. And it didn't come easy to them, because that consistency, it shows who has it in them. For me, right? For me, that consistency is difficult. I'm going to shut it down after this, but for me, the consistency is difficult. I get so anxious. I get so worried about life. I get so... I just get sad about mistakes. And it just drives me to not want to do anything, right? But I have to push. That to push and to want to be better, and to want to not show the world, but to show yourself that you got it in you to do this. It's like you wanted this since you was a child. I look myself in the mirror and I'm like, bro, you've wanted this since you was 6 years old. When you was up late night singing, when you was crying, when you wanted better things for you, this is what you wanted. Yes, you have, you finally elevated past where you were 2-3 years ago. But there's more. There's more work to be done. Complacency is a dreamer's worst nightmare. Complacency is consistency's, ugly cousin. Complacency have you right in the same spot for years. It's like, oh, things are getting a little better. I guess I can coast off. What? No. You push. You push and you grind and you go forward, and you don't lose that consistency. You don't lose that dog. Let me tell you why a lot of these rappers fall off after the second or third album, right? In the first album or the first mixtape, they're so hungry for it. They just want to show the world what they got. They want to show them like, oh man, like this is it. This is my world. Y'all just living in it. 21 Savage, he came through swinging and he's still swinging, right? But what was the worst decline to me, in all actuality, the worst decline in any rapper's career coming up had to be Lil Yachty. Yachty had so much fucking potential, right? And then, you know what I'm saying? He was a poster boy for the 2016 double XL freshman class. He was there, bro. It was his. It was his for the taking. But he lost it. He lost it. He lost his dog. He lost his consistency. He lost what he knew. He came out with Teenage Emotions, and again, he put himself on the back burner. Then a new poster child, Lil Uzi Vert, he came out with Love Is Rage 2, which to me was absolutely the greatest album the year that it came out. But then the overhyped Eternal Atake or Eternal Take completely shot him down from it. I didn't even listen to the Pink tape yet, right? I say this about Travis Scott as well. Utopia just came out, bro. You were on the steadiest, most consistent rodeo. You know what I'm saying? Birds in the Trap, Sing McKnight. You know what I'm saying? What is it? Astroworld, which to me was the greatest album the year in 2018. It was the greatest thing I've ever heard. I still play Astroworld, but then Utopia just came out, and it's unmemorable. It absolutely, and that sucks. But that consistency, when people lose that dog, that's what happens. They get complacent. They coast on what little they got. What little the consistency got them there. But when they lose their dog, they lose what drove them to do it in the first place. That's the sad part. That's the suckiest part about it. And again, I needed to hear this because my mixtapes, the music that I've dropped, I've loved. Not everybody's loved it, right? And I've noticed that, but I didn't let it kill my dog, right? But as I keep hyping up Lonely Boy Hours, and it's just like, that's because it's a tape of nothing but songs that I love, songs that finally wrap up a story that I've been telling for over 10 years, and it's like it is such a beautiful way to close out a trilogy, right? And you know, every song is finished. Some needs to be re-recorded because the microphone is not the best quality, but it's there, and it's just like you see that when when you don't know, the consistency just wavers a little bit as well. And like, so you find that dog slowly starts to lose life over time. And it's like, that's what that's what I've struggled with over the course of this, because I'm trying to make a great thing happen and it doesn't exactly go my way. That doubt starts to kick in, and the doubt is not your best friend, especially when you want to keep that dog and that consistency pushing. So it's like you got to find a way to keep it alive. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to keep my dog. I'm trying to keep my consistency. I want to make sure that anybody who has a goal to reach the upper echelon of the industry that we're trying to push, that we're trying to get into, you reach that because you're grinding hard for it. You want it. You yearn for it, right? Because you know nothing but this. If it's not this, then it's nothing. A lot of people have fallbacks. That's fine. That's great. But for a lot of people, this is it for them. And if they don't get it, it's like fuck. So they grind like they never grind before, and then they get what they've been working so hard to get, and every single one of them are Mount Rushmore to me, because you came from absolutely nothing, and you yeeted for the stars. You shot past the moon, the stars, and the Milky Way, and you're floating. Excuse me. You're floating. That's what that is. you're shot past and you're floating, and that's the only way I can put it. And listen, I hope that, because I needed this, and I'm hoping that these words could motivate somebody to push and grind and go crazy and do what y'all gotta do and let that dog live. But this is Late Night Laz. It feels good to be back. Next week, look out, because I gotta fix an issue. I gotta fix an issue on SoundCloud. But look out, because I will be back with another episode. Te amo. Love you. Peace.